Renewed for a second season. Vecna TV. All Vecna. All the time. Today's episode, What If Vecna won?
GameMasters here, and Marvel isn't the only entity out there to question what if. I will warn you, however, today's video will contain spoilers. In the new Vecna Eve of Ruin book, the players will go through a lot in an attempt to stop Vecna from performing a ritual of remaking. They'll traipse through various planes, search for an artifact, and ultimately come face to face with not the God of Secrets version of Vecna, but the Archlich version of Vecna, and in all honesty, they really shouldn't have a difficult time in defeating him and saving the day. But at my table, my players have decided to join Vecna, and in a turn of events, they are actively helping him to complete his ritual of remaking. So we gotta ask, what happens if Vecna wins? And this may surprise you, but I think that for a lot of us, we might actually want him to win. The ritual of remaking is described as a way for Vecna to turn his dreams into a reality. What if those dreams are our dreams too? And trust me, some of you'll want Vecna to win. The adventure further describes his ritual as being so powerful that it will destroy Pandemonium and unravel the multiverse, allowing Vecna to reshape it into what he feels it should be more like. Ideally, according to Wizards of the Coast, Vecna should lose. The characters should defeat Vecna and will get a celebration thrown in their honor, and we're told that he is cast down to Oerth from the Greyhawk setting. Doing this allows 5th edition, 5.561 D&D, 5th edition revised, whatever they're calling it, to move forward. But what if Vecna wins? The adventure cites that if the characters fail, the multiverse becomes a terrible place indeed. But will it be? Here's what I say, and because my players are helping Vecna, this is exactly what will happen at my table. In the final moments, just as it appears that Illustrial and Tasha are on the verge of defeating Vecna, the tide turns in the Lich's favor. You pull out every trick you know. You all cast the remaining charms of the Creeping Hand and charms of the Eldritch Eye that Vecna bestowed upon you, and in one swift action, Illustrial and Tasha fall, allowing Vecna to complete his ritual of remaking. Portions of the multiverse collide with one another. Others simply blink out of existence. Time begins to act odd. You witness as creatures around you speed up in age while others grow younger and into infancy before disappearing altogether. Mount Hotenau unerupts, causing for Neverwinter to never be destroyed. But then the planes shift even further back, unmaking everything you have ever known. Now we get meta. Real meta, as things move faster. The remainder of 5th edition rewinds. We never get 5th edition revised. 4th edition shrinks from the selection of books it once was and reverts to 3.5. 3.5 devolves back into 3rd edition. Wizards of the Coast unpurchases Dungeons & Dragons, and as that event unmakes itself, you witness Vecna getting a large grin across his bony face. "We're almost there," he says. 2nd edition forms from the dissolving 3rd edition books, and where things were moving quickly, time moving backwards begins to slow down, but just ever so slightly. 2nd edition turns to simply being Dungeons & Dragons, and then that too is replaced with a small collection of just a few simple books. Vecna flicks his wrist, and time stops rewinding and begins at its normal pace moving forward. You notice that the weapons and gear and magic items that you once had and wore are now just piles of ash on the floor. Vecna smiles at you, then speaks. "We are back to my true beginning. This is where I was introduced, at least my hand and my eye. This has been my plan since the beginning. I have now remade the multiverse as I feel that it should be. Go forth and adventure, brave adventurers, and until next our paths cross, may the progenitors of this game not make the same mistakes twice."